Okay, so we're going to go over the forearm muscles, so all of these muscles right here. So, I'm going to follow the list in the book exactly, and the muscles will go in a circle going this way. Okay, so first off, to explain, on the palm side, so all these muscles are your flexors. And on the back side, so the back of your hand, are all your extensors. Okay, so starting with your supinator. Your supinator is going to be under your brachioradialis. So you pull this muscle off, and it's right here. This is your supinator. Okay, so let me put this back on. And we'll go down the list. So, after your supinator, right next to your brachioradialis is your extensor carpi radialis longus. This is on your radius, so that's why it's called your radialis longus. So extensor carpi radialis longus, and it goes all the way down. Right next to that is your extensor carpi radialis brevis. Moving to the next one. So this is the back of your arm, so these are extensors. The one that looks like a feather, this big one, is your extensor digitorum. Right next to it is a sliver of a muscle, right here, and that's your extensor digiti minimi. Then, right next to that is your extensor carpi ulnaris, because it's on your ulnar bone. If you can see, this is your pinky side, so it's on your ulna. So extensor carpi ulnaris. Then you're flipping your hand, so now it's on the palm side. So it's going to change. This was your extensor carpi ulnaris. This is your flexor carpi ulnaris, right here. This is the lateral side of your arm. Okay, so next you have your flexor digitorum superficialis. I'll pull it out, but I want you to see how it is right here. So your flexor digitorum superficialis is underneath the white stuff. It's all this muscle. But if you pull it out in layers, if I take this off, it's the one that looks like a fish, like a salmon bone. This is your flexor digitorum superficialis. Okay. So I'm going to put all this back on. Okay. So then next, right here, you have your palmaris longus. If you follow this muscle down to the white, it goes to your palm, so that's how you're going to remember that. Your palmaris longus, that's the most lateral one. Well, yeah, one. So your palmaris longus. Next is you have your flexor carpi radialis longus. So this is on your radius side. So flexor carpi radialis longus. Then right next to that, this little one, is your pronator teres. Pronator teres. So the next muscle on the thing, it says pronator quadratus. You can't see that on here. It's like a fourth layer, so it's way under. Next you have your flexor digitorum profundus. That's a third layer, so it's going to be under all of these. So if you take off all of these muscles, your flexor digitorum profundus is this muscle right here, the one that's all white and chalked up, right here. So your flexor digitorum profundus, and that's going to go all the way up into your hand. Next, you have your flexor pollicis longus. That's also a third layer, so that's going to be right here. Your flexor pollicis longus, so it's on your thumb side. Flexor pollicis longus. So then, let me put all these back on. Okay, and then the last ones are on the back side of your hand, right here. You have three. You have a big one, bigger one, a small one, and then you have the tendon right here. So, The tendon, well actually I'll start down here. So this big muscle right here is your abductor pollicis longus. The big one is your abductor pollicis longus. The one next to it, right here, this little one, is your extensor pollicis brevis. Extensor pollicis brevis. And then the tendon, you can only see the tendon on this, and this is your extensor pollicis longus. And that's all of your arm muscles, all of your forearm muscles.